Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. I'm out here watching the sunrise. It has already risen. It's blocked by some clouds. I actually tried to get it on camera today, but I didn't think about where the sun was rising. So I kind of got it, but didn't really get it. But that's okay. It was just a beautiful experience to even just be out here with the sun rising and the clouds and all that good stuff. A great start to my day. But I wanted to talk about what the mountain does because since we've been up here, so approximately like 3 weeks, give or take, actually, let me say, um, things have been rough. Like, we got up here and I felt like Sequoia and I immediately started fussing and fighting. And it got really, really bad week 2, like, really bad. And I remember saying to her, like, I don't even know who you are. Like, I like this piece. Like, obviously not all of her, but there was this ego that I felt like I had never met before. And like same thing with her. Like it wasn't just a her thing. She was meeting a part of my ego that she had never seen before. And it was just like since there are very little distractions up here, right? And not much to do, so you can't just go to a restaurant every day. You can't just go to the beach every day. Or I guess you could, but you could be spending a shit ton of gas, right? And the only distraction up here is really social media, like streaming, but the Wi-Fi was shit. So it's like sometimes we couldn't even distract ourselves with that. And the community, there's a couple people, and we spent some time with them. There's really nice people actually in this community, but even they weren't enough distraction. So we're really just like face to face with each other's ego, and it was just enlightening. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't know either of us had such strong egos. And week by the end of week 2, we were just like, hold on, like we gotta figure this out. Sequoia always jumps to dramatics, and she's like, "Do you even want to be with me?" And I'm like, "Girl, I did not work this long. I did not go this long, 7 years on a relationship just to be like, we're in the mountain and things are rough. Goodbye." She always jump into the into the most, but we sat down and we were like, what the fuck is going on? And we just had like a really deep talk about 2 of them. And we were even talking, or I shouldn't say we because I wasn't, but she was even talking to some other couples on the mountain, just trying to get some like insight on like what the fuck is going on. And if I'm gonna boil it down to like what was happening, I had lots of ego around fear, lots of ego around blame, and so did she, right? But we're blaming and fearful of different things. Like for me, it was um, allowing her to drive down the mountain. Just I shouldn't say allowing her. It was more so being in the driver's seat of yeah, just being in the driver's seat. It's very scary for me. Uh, I definitely had some trauma growing up, which I talked about in my previous video or the one before, just about how I use anger as a way to feel safe, like when I'm in the driver's seat, and that was really putting a damper on our relationship because we're on this mountain in Sequoia. I didn't want her to drive because I felt like she was gonna run us into the side or something, and all this stuff. I made all these things up in my head, and she's getting steamy. The lens like fogs up, y'all. It's like crazy. I'm just gonna go for it anyways. Yeah, like it scared me. She wanted to drive though because she has really bad like vertigo, and like she was struggling with the what do you call it? The mountain, the incline, the air. So it was just giving her like headaches and nausea and all sorts of stuff. And I was like, oh, can't she still sit in the driver's seat though? So there was like some tension there, right? And then on the flip side, Sequoia was struggling with um, the fact that we're on a mountain. So, and it took like at least an hour to get to any grocery store. And we don't buy anything usually besides fruit and vegetables. We did buy some rice and beans at the last place. So that should tell you, like, we bought that rice and beans a month ago. So we brought that here with us. And so that's all we had, fruit. And Sequoia was struggling with just having fruit. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I don't want just fruit, like, too. I was just like, so we're stuck on this mountain. It takes an hour to get anywhere. Like, we only have fruit. We don't usually eat only fruit. And then going down the mountain, sickness or a lot of fear. So there was just like there was a lot of ego bumping, and and we had to we had to face it. We had to address the ego, or the other way was like we just keep fighting, and like that was not, we couldn't keep doing that. That was just not working out. So of course, we read my trusty A Course in Miracles, and that was really helpful. But it's always really helpful. Like, I swear to God, y'all, I swear by ChatGTP. Like, I know the data centers are like breaking down the world, but I don't think the issue is AI. I think the issue is us. There's a sustainable way to have both, but every all these decisions are made by money. If we take money out, I think we could really come up with a solution. I'm just saying. Anyway, I digress. But Chad, I was like, I don't understand why I'm blaming. I don't get it, and I don't understand like where this fear is coming from. I don't get it. Can you help me break it down? Because like I know I shouldn't be. I know I don't even. My whole thing was like I know this isn't even real. This is like a simulation, essentially. So I'm here just having fun. Like this is a big ass video game, and this is supposed to be shits and giggles and just have fun and experience and grow. But that's not always how I feel. So I was like, what's missing? And the two things that were missing for me, and I think Sequoia as well, she'll speak on it probably on her own channel. But for me was trust. Trust in something bigger than myself. Because I can't control everything, right? So trust in Holy Spirit, trust in Mother Earth, trust in God, trust in the universe, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, oh, okay. Let me like start rebuilding that. I said this like almost a year ago now that I struggled with trust. Um, but I've been working on it. It's been getting stronger, and it will only continue to grow. So it's like, finally, like being here in this mountain, being forced to be still because there was nothing else to do. I really worked on a part of me that was really holding me back. A lot of beliefs that were very limiting, and so that was like the fear piece. But then there was also I was getting very angry uh, about Sequoia. Like she would just get so upset and in these moods. And then I was feeling like, well, damn, like, what's all this energy being directed towards me? I didn't even do nothing. Like, why are you pissed at me? And then I would get angry, right? But then I would blame her. And it's like, I can't blame her. Like, I knew, again, like, I knew in theory, like, I'm in control of my own emotions. Like, my grandmother used to tell me, no one can make you mad but you. And I used to be like, shut the fuck up, Granny. But she was so dead ass. Like, she was so right. And I think about that all the time. It comes back to me now. And I'm like, thank you so much, Granny, for trying to teach me that early on. I didn't get it until she was gone, but that's okay. Better late than never. And so there was another piece missing. So I was like, just getting like angry all the time and like blaming her for my anger. But I was just like, I don't understand. It's just like the energy just soaks into me. Like I knew there was there the breakdown was like I cannot stop myself from matching her energy, and I don't know why. And threw it in chat, and chat was like essentially saying that I was blaming because I was avoiding responsibility. And I was like, oh, that makes complete sense. Like, I get you, chat. Okay. But I was still like, all right, well then how like how do I not match the energy around me when it's not pleasant? Like how do I just like kind of wall off my energy? And I was thinking about it, I think too much in the form. And so I was like suppressing. That's what I was doing before. I was suppressing and just like, don't get angry. There's no reason to be angry. But like it was already there, and I was just suppressing it. And after chit chatting with Chat and A Course in Miracles, and just like talking out loud to myself, because I was just like walking around the mountain here. Something that Bashar said came back to me, and I was reminded of it from Chat because it was saying I was focusing too much on form and not the content. And so like I was focusing too much on like like, let's just say what was something. Oh, like I was like, oh, I wish you could just. I was saying how I wish she could come down the mountain with me because I thought we had to get groceries, and I just really enjoy her company and presence. And she perceived that as me trying to make her feel guilty, but I was just expressing how I felt. I was like, I I, I love when you come with me. I wish you didn't feel sick, but you do. You know, it is like to me. I was thinking it is what it is, but then I was met with anger from her because she thought I was trying to make her feel guilty, and then I started getting angry because I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was just expressing how I felt, um, and so I was just looking too much at the the surface level of things and wasn't focusing on like the root, which was she just wasn't feeling heard. She was feeling misunderstood, like I didn't care about her sickness when going up and down the hill. And it's like, no, I heard you and I did. I just also wish you could come with me. And I would, yeah, I just was like so hell bent on trying to prove to her that, hey, this is what I meant. This was my intention, right? But it honestly, it didn't matter at the end of the day what my intention was. Like, we can intend to do a lot of things, but if it don't land that way, it don't land that way, and it just is. And I wasn't like accepting that and moving forward. And so I was making myself angry, trying to intend somebody to intend the way I wanted them to. Like, that don't even make sense. That's like trying to control, right? And so this mountain has really taught me how much I was trying to control and just like, I guess, like do what mountains do. Like, they don't control nothing. They just sit. They are just still, like regardless of the weather, what's happening. Like, you know, bits and pieces might move of it, whether that's by man or nature, but for the most part, a mountain just sits still. And yeah, it's just been nature teaches so much. It's just like I knew I was gonna learn something out here. I thought it was gonna be about like the fruity tooty life, but no, it was about my egos. And from that, I learned to take responsibility, right, for my own emotions. And the thing that I think I said it like Bashar, a quote from Bashar came back like, circumstances don't matter, only state of being does. And I was just like walking around the mountain, and when it just clicked, I felt like I was actually on my way to like some singing thing down. Like, one of the people here was hosting a singing thing. I don't even know, but I sat down on their couch, and I felt like it was like like it just smacked into me, like on the way down there. I was like, whoa, I've been going about this all wrong. Like, the circumstances don't matter. Like, I'm always focused on like the facts, right? And what actually happened, like the form instead of the content. And it was like none of that shit matters. And that's why I wasn't getting anywhere. That's why I was frustrated, because none of that's real. Like, let me go to the content. And that was like our states of being, and focusing on that and finding ways for us to both, stay grounded, stay calm, stay peaceful, like despite what's going on around us. And once that clicked, I was like, woo, I'm ready to get off the mountain. No, no, like I've been ready to get off this mountain, but um, we're still here. But yeah, it's just been such a learning experience. Like, if you can come to the mountains of Costa Rica, no, anywhere, if you could just go to a mountain, like you could go in your country, right? I think there's mountains in almost every country. And if not, well, go to your nearest mountain if you can, and just like disconnect, like get off the internet. I didn't even do that, but like I just think it would be even better, right? But like get off the internet as much as possible. Like, bring books, walk outside, like talk to people if there's people around, like just like engage like with the community, and see what the mountain brings out in you. See what you have to learn, because these lessons, I know they're going to do me great. These lessons I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life, and they're going to help me live the life that I want, of peace and joy and compassion and love. And I'm so excited to start extending that instead of projecting my egoic fears and angers and whatnot. So much love, happy healing. I am gonna go clean the Airbnb because we're leaving today. Woo!